4 fastest and cheapest Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, EasyMut.com. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Fire here, back in the video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a dominating money play here. It's going to be out of the Raiders offensive playbook, the gun tight slots halfback weak formation. Now, the play we're going to be running today is going to be mesh spot, and it's going to be an absolutely insane play. But what I recommend to you is that you do use a hot route master quarterback, or if you don't have that, I would recommend putting slot apprentices or receiver apprentices right here with Mike Evans, and then right here with Rashad Perriman. These two players you kind of want to have those extra 4 routes. Now you're going to want to run your running back on the short side of the field. So in our case, we're going to be running our running back on the left side. And if you guys didn't know, the way you can get 4 receivers out of this formation is just flick your right stick until you get to strong slots. There you guys see. Now we have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans at that spot, and here you see I could sub in a receiver. Now I don't want to do that because their 4th receiver is a very low overall, and some people like to have the tight end there just for pass protection because a lot of times he'll be blocking. So take that as you will. This plays in the Raiders or Jaguars playbook. And yeah, I'm going to show it against cover 2 and cover 3. We'll start out with cover 3. This also does beat cover 4 drop show too, but right off the bat, all you have to do, I'm going to focus on this wheel route right off the bat, and what you're going to do is just put X on a flat. You could do any other route combos with Y or B, and RB will just absolutely get wide open against that coverage. All you have to do is low ball. You can pass lead inside, and inside would be the right in our case right here. So that's just a simple way, but to maximize the play, my favorite setup out of this play is going to be putting X in a flat route, Y on a post, and B on a hitch. This is going to give you 2 high-low read concepts, and usually I'm deciding between the hitch or the wheel route. If he uses the wheel route, I'll have the hitch. If he uses the hitch, then I'll have the wheel route. If both are covered, let's say maybe you put a hook curl and our hitch is covered, and then he uses the wheel, then I can usually low ball to Y or pass lead on the right side. So you really just kind of want to stand tall in the pocket, but boom. You'll see Brady overthrow this little wheel route just because he has the pocket lead ability. So in Ultimate Team or any game mode, you're not going to want to use that ability. It's terrible and it's unusable. It's pretty annoying for these wheel routes, but you guys see he's sort of throwing it out too far. But if you had a normal quarterback, you'd see me be able to dot this up way easier, but this wheel route is absolutely money against a lot of coverages. You guys see it's wide open despite Brady overthrowing it every time. You don't have to low ball. You could go ahead and just bullet past this, and there's enough space where I can actually rat catch that. But in Ultimate Teams, those crazy zone players, you're definitely going to want to low ball. And like I said, if you don't have pocket lead, then it's perfectly fine to low ball. But you guys see Brady's overthrowing it. This is going to be open pretty much every time. Cover 2, cover 3, and cover 4. It even gets open against man coverage, but you guys see I could even pass lead to the left and the outside and pick up yardage. Now that's basically all for the wheel route. Just make sure you have a flat route. I think it might work with an out route. I just stick with the flat though. Now moving on to this side, boom, I see B is covered, then I'm going to hit Y. Now against cover 2, you guys will see me be able to fit it in right there, but against cover 3, what you're going to have to do is I usually like to double team that outside guy because I'm going to roll out here. Boom, you guys see Y gets wide open, and you're just going to hit this one on the outside. Against cover 2, like I said, you want to throw it earlier, but I will show you that later in the video. In this case, oh shoot, I accidentally snapped that too early. But you guys see the 2 zones are going to go ahead, fall down on that hitch route, especially the curl flat, which is the one you need. And you guys might have noticed what I'm doing in all these setups is I'm putting A on a delay fade. Just in case things break down, I always keep A on a delay fade. There's no difference between that and a blocker. But you guys see we actually get our life shedded right there. It's kind of annoying, but let's just try this little combo one last time against this coverage. There you guys see we'll stand tall in the pocket, and you guys see, boom, fit it in the hole right there, and easy dot. Now I'm going to switch to a cover 2, and actually another cover 3 setup just for max protect setup. It's just going to be double post. You could put Y on a hitch, usually what I like to do. Boom, you guys see Y is open, but it's going to open up B and X on these deep posts. Basically, you're just going to throw it to whoever he isn't using, and it should be open. If you want, you can put Y on the post, X on the hitch, just so that the hitch is a little bit more on the outside. I accidentally put A on a drag there, but that's just going to open up B a little bit more. And you guys see, I like to low ball when they're on the sideline and there's no threat of that curl flat picking it off. It just makes it more guaranteed pass, and you're not going to get jumped by somebody with zoned out or those abilities. Now, make sure that you put mesh spot into your audibles, because it's not going to be in there, so make sure that you do that. Let's just head into a cover 2 setup here, Tampa 2. And starting out, I'm just going to go with the same setup that I was running. Boom, right here. You guys see, even with that vert hook, we're still going to be able to fit it in. He actually did get hit there. But here you go again. That normally doesn't happen. Usually, again, Brady somehow can't hit this low ball, but for this one, usually I don't like to actually pass it at all. I usually am just going to low ball and not pass it in any direction. There you guys see it. So that doesn't get intercepted. That vert hook's going to jump it. A lot of times people will actually use that side, that vertical hook right there. Right now I'm not doing that 2 controller setup though, but that vert hook's not going to be there a lot of times. You guys see I'm easily able to dot this vert hook up, dot that cloud flat. That cloud flat's 100% going to fall down on that little flat route, and it's just going to open up our wheel route by a ton of yards. You might even want to pass it outside. Now, there is a trick to catching this. Make sure that you get on the ground. Make sure you're always possession catching, especially in a tight coverage like this. So what I'm going to do is pass lead, and then I'm going to sort of rat catch, or not rat catch, but I'm going to swerve catch. And what I mean by that is I'm going to click onto the receiver as soon as I throw that football, and then I'm going to go ahead and swerve him out of the way. Now, you could either do that possession swerve, or you could do that aggressive catch swerve. I'll see if I can actually do that right here, but I'm going to low ball. And then you guys see, sometimes if he was a little bit too close there, but if he's far away, you'll be able to aggressive catch, and then he will do a diving animation for you. But here, again, next part, boom, Y is going to get wide open against cover 2. Now, it's kind of difficult for me to throw that ball because I do have that mid read on the field. Nobody runs cover 2 with a mid read. If you do, you're kind of psychotic. But a lot of times that's going to be a middle third. It's going to be way more open. But right there is where you got to throw that low ball post route, because the cloud flat, it will sit on the hitch route, but not for long. If you want to actually open it up a little bit more, you could go ahead, motion Perriman out, and then I think you might be able to fit that in, or you can just dump it down to that little hitch. But here you guys see, boom. So if you want to really open up that post on the sidelines, you're going to have to motion that hitch out. Like I said, it is easy though. You can just fit it in between that vert hook and the cloud flat. Sometimes if you lowball that post a little bit too early, your hitch route will pick it up, and that's the same case scenario if you throw it before or inside the number, or not, yeah, inside the numbers, then sometimes your hitch route will go ahead catch that. Like if I throw it right here, maybe, or a little bit later than that, my hitch route will pick it off or catch it. But this is a very dominating setup. Let's head into our next setup though. It's going to be similar to this. What we're going to do is put X on a corner route, put RB on a regular wheel, and then you can really do whatever you want. Usually I'll just do this, keep my same setup on that right side, and then this is absolutely going to open up the wheel route a ton. You could leave it on that other wheel route that we had stock, but I like to put it on the other wheel route because look how much deeper it goes. You guys see it stops there. This one's going to go all the way to that red line you see. It's very important that you put X on the corner route though. That's the only route needed. If you want to get that vert hook away, you could put Y on a hitch, but you guys see this wheel route's going to be opened up by a ton. If he does maybe shade underneath, then that will just open up your corner route, and you can sometimes fit that in if you pass it inside, but you really have to wait a long time. For this one, you might even want to run it on the wide side. I'd say you want to run it on the wide side if you're planning on hitting your corner route. If you want to hit this wheel route, run it on the short side. Boom. Absolutely bread and butter. Absolutely money. You're going to pick up a ton of yards. Pick up 10 yards plus every play. Now, see if I can actually fit in that corner route just running this on the wide side now. But what you're going to do is, again, put X on corner, RB on a wheel, Y on a post, B on a hitch. Like I said, you really need route slot apprentices. But you guys see, if I wait to throw that long enough, eventually that little cloud flat will jump on that wheel route, and we will be able to hit this corner route with Mike Evans. But it's way better to have hot route master because I want to put all three of these guys on routes. I don't want to have to move them in different positions because I can only get 2 with my quarterback. Or if I do use quarterback abilities, if I wanted to get real glitchy, I could always use 3 wide receiver abilities, but not really a point in that. You guys see, still able to throw that. I was on the left side, and I'm still able to just complete that to the other side. Here's a look at it if I use the other wheel route with X. It's still going to get open, but it's just you have way less space to do that. And even especially on the wide side, you're not going to be able to pick a good gain of yardage. Yeah, you guys see the wheel route's a lot more open if you're on the short side of the field, and you could always just go with the same little 2-post setup against cover 2 as well. You guys see they're going to open up. That mid-read does follow crossers and post routes very well, so that's the reason that was actually bagged. But if they do put him in the middle third, which they should, then you guys see it won't get open. You can always take your hitch. Sorry about that lag there. I'm not sure what that was about, but that was just some terrible lag. But you guys pretty much get the gist. Those are my bread and butter setups for this play, and you're really just you can really just build an entire formation around a good wheel route. They have a good wheel route in trips or U-trips that I like to utilize a ton when I'm running that formation. Gun bunch has that out of that mesh play, and yeah, you guys can absolutely dominate with this play. If you guys enjoyed this little video, make sure you leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well for some more Madden 20 content in the future. Make sure that you are subscribed, turn on those notifications to be notified every time I upload. And yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know which video you would like to see next. Follow me on Twitter, and link will be in the description. Peace. I'm out of here.